Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about vocals. We're going to talk about the layers of distortion. I've been talking about making this video for ages now. I'm so sorry guys, I'm just a lazy sack. I don't know, I'm sorry. So there's 3 layers of distortion when you're going to shape a vocal. You have the diaphragm, you got the throat, and you got the mouth. Well, it starts in the diaphragm, comes into the throat, comes out the mouth. Each of these 3 levels have different things that you can do to change the way that the vocals come out in the end. The diaphragm is mainly focused on power. You're either making stronger noises or softer noises depending on the tension that's taking place in the diaphragm. So, speaking wise, we're going to talk about a soft breath, very loose diaphragm. Hear the difference in the voice. The diaphragm is completely relaxed. There's not a lot of tension, not a lot of stress. It's very chill. But then when I max it out, you see how it gets much more intense. It just naturally, I'm not even changing anything. I'm not speaking more aggressively. It just becomes more powerful when you tighten the diaphragm up. I'll show you guys like this. Diaphragm, right here. Breathing in from the belly. Tighten that tighten that. You gotta tighten the diaphragm to get a strong thing coming out of your vocals. Next step, it's the mouth or the throat. The throat. Your epiglottis, if you're a man. If you're a woman, this is also here. It's just not as pronounced. You know what I'm talking about. This thing. Go down to lower your voice. And up to higher your voice. Down. This is important because it shapes everything that comes from the diaphragm. It's like a second filter that it has to go through. And you're also like worrying about if you're creating the distortion here with the flaps, or if you're creating it back here, the soft palate. Obviously, I'm not giving any power those. I'm trying to get people up to speed, because we're not worried about power yet. We're worried about the shapes. And then finally, the mouth. And all in your mouth, you have more resonance. The smaller your mouth, the lesser the resonance. On top of this is also where tongue placement comes into play. Curled tongue, curled tongue. See how it changes?
See how it changes? You're actually distorting the sound of the voice earlier on than your distortion.
And then obviously, you have the tunnels.
Well.
The tunnels, you talk like this, it makes a tunnel. So now you have 3 layers. So let's just randomly make up a sound now. So let's go strong, tight vocal diaphragm, because I like that. We're going to go with a low here, because people like that as well. I also like it. And then we're going to go with the curled tongue in the mouth. This is what is generally referred to as a guttural. Now, if I just soften up the diaphragm, you see how it's not coming out as strong? Gotta have a tight diaphragm because you're really low in here. There's not a lot of air coming through. Without the tongue. See how much of a difference the tongue makes? So that's why it's the 3rd level of distortion. Using that same diaphragm, same throat, we're going to make it a tunnel. And then we can even open the mouth up a little bit more. Same in all three. Same exact. Everything is the same here. Everything is the same here. Six distinct vocal sounds, all just by changing your mouth. This is what I mean by the layers of distortion. If you do not understand the layers of distortion, you cannot properly practice metal vocals. You need to understand that the sound starts here, it moves into the throat, depending on whether the epiglottis is low or high, shapes the sound, and then finally it comes to the last filter, which is your mouth. I hope this made some sense to you guys. If you have questions, put them in the comments.